paving the way for the future.
Nice.
Like it. All right. October of 2018, the Walmart Labs had an open house. We had moved into this 30,000 square foot building. And the reason why I had done this is I was really trying to convince Walmart Labs leadership that San Diego was alive and kicking. That we had talent, there were people here that could really make an impact for Walmart Labs, trying to stimulate the job economy, especially in North County. And as I was walking around that meeting, I was asking other business leaders, professionals, entrepreneurs, and I said, what do you think about San Diego? Do you think it's a tech hub? And a lot of people were comparing San Diego to Silicon Valley, to Dallas, to Seattle, and they didn't really believe that San Diego was a tech hub. We were strong in biotech, strong in military, but they said we just don't have it. And I didn't believe that. And so I went on LinkedIn, and this is a post from when I went on LinkedIn, and I said, you know what, I want to change this perception. And if there are people that, think the way that I think, I'd love just to kind of have a meeting to talk about it. And the idea is I wanted to connect, I wanted to align, and I wanted to come up with a plan on what we could do to change the perception of how people view San Diego. That's how this started. And so this is a picture of the first San Diego Tech Hub meeting. We had 30 people that came out, and we had broken up into groups, and we were trying to figure out, what's sort of the challenge, or what were the issues, why people didn't think San Diego was a tech hub. And so we came up with two things. First, we realized that there were challenges in sort of the overall ecosystem. We have these siloed environments. When you think about San Diego, you got downtown San Diego, you got Sereno Valley, you got North County, you got Orange County, and you think about the collaboration, did it really exist the way that it needed to? Did companies really collaborate together authentically? That wasn't really a positive thing. People didn't say, yeah, that's what we do. The same thing with these biased opinions. The idea that if you don't look like me, talk like me, graduate from the same sort of school that I did, or wait a minute, you're in career transition? You don't have a software degree, or wait a minute, you graduated or you retired from the military, now you want to get into civilian work? I don't know if you'll be the right fit. You had these biased opinions that sort of existed, and I thought, that's not creating equal opportunity for other people that are talented. How are we investing in our own? And in that status quo, we get so comfortable with the things that we do day in, day out. We do. And so the idea that, does the education system work the way that we would like it to work? I'm pretty sure that when you graduate from college or school, wherever it is, that you're ready and primed for a job. The way that we might try to get loans for entrepreneurs. The way that we might handle the interview process that we deal with. I mean, these are problems, right? Everyone has jobs. No one's searching for everything. Everything works so perfectly. And we realized that wasn't true. There were serious problems within our ecosystem, and how could we change them? And we looked at 5 different ways that this was impacting, whether that was our community, how do we collaborate better as a community, how can we be more inclusive in our thought process and the way that we look at things in life, our education system, are there opportunities there to improve, how can we use innovation as a way of creating opportunities for others, and then talent. What really defines talent? And can we change the way we think about that when we're looking for companies that are looking to hire? So this is what we had set out originally to do for San Diego Tech Hub. Now, I have no background in running any sort of organization. I run Walmart Labs here, but as far as like a meetup group or something like that from 30 people, this grew really fast. And it was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster ride, and there were times where I thought I was doing a good job, and I wasn't. And I got some nice feedback from the community on what I could do to improve. And some of that feedback hurt a little bit, but I had to dust myself off and continue to evolve like any other product that we work with and do. And so there were ups and there were downs. But here's the thing, when you look at a roller coaster, unless you want to be by yourself, you got people along for the ride with you, and they're sharing with those ups and downs. They're screaming or they're laughing with joy, and that's the thing that I appreciate the most. So I want to spend the time right now to talk to you about the 3 things that I've learned this past year that impacted me, and that's going to set the foundation moving forward. The first thing that I learned is that I needed to believe in something. I had to believe in something, and I had to be passionate about what it was that I believed in. Because if there was no passion in anything, I wouldn't be spending all this extra time really pushing and working to see a room full of passionate individuals to be here tonight. I had to believe in something, and the thing that I believed in was San Diego. I believed in San Diego. I believed that San Diego had talent. I believe that San Diego has a ton of innovation that we're doing here and the impact that we're making. And I believe that with talent and the innovation that we have, that we can create opportunities that supersede anything that we put our mind to. Anything. We have the power to define and create our own future. I'm going to say that one more time. We have the power to define and create our own future. San Diego Tech Hub was an idea. It was a thought that I had in my mind. And look at it today. Look at the people that are here. Look at the joy that we're sharing here. That's power. And I believe in that. The second thing, need to be consistent. Life is hard. And I know there's people in this room that have been trying to get jobs for quite some time. Someone just came up to me today and said, Claude, after a year, I finally got a job. That's resilience. That's not giving up. There were people that told me San Diego Tech Hub was going to fail. It was just like every other organization that had been started. They said, you're not even going to last 2 months. If someone told that to you, how would you feel about that? Would you give up? Would you dig in? Well, guess what? We dug in. San Diego Tech Hub has been consistent for the last year. From the December 2018 to this party here, December 2019, we've had a meeting every single month. We average about 80 to 100 people that show up to a San Diego Tech Hub meeting. And if I would have listened to individuals that said that we would not be anywhere, we wouldn't be here today. Consistency is such an important part and something I learned as part of my journey over the last year. The last and most important is you need to have a very strong support system. You can't do things alone. Doesn't matter how much I believe. Doesn't matter how consistent I am. If I don't have people in my corner to help support me when I'm down, help pick things up, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. And I just want to share with you the people that help support. We had the concept of pillars. I mentioned those 5 pillars and the strong support team. These individuals are here from day one. And we're kind of cultivating and helping to build and lay the foundation for San Diego Tech Hub. These people were here to help build that brand and lay the foundations in some of the early stages of San Diego Tech Hub. And then with this, we started growing teams. We had a web development team that was helping to build the website. We didn't have a web presence. And so there's a team that came together and says, hey, we're going to help build a website to help promote San Diego Tech Hub so other people be aware about it. We had a marketing team. We had a marketing team that came together. And they said, we're going to help you market San Diego Tech Hub. These are all individuals that were volunteering their time based on an idea, a belief, the consistency, the support that they felt in one another to get to where we are today. We had partner organizations that were looking for opportunities. We said San Diego Tech Hub is about bringing people together. There were already organizations doing amazing things within the community, but we realized that if we worked together, we could get transformative change going. So we had all these organizations coming. And then one of the other goals that I had is I want to create an organization to where it's free for the community. What if we can give back? So we had sponsors that stepped up to the table that for every San Diego Tech Hub meeting, they donated money to where it was free for every single individual that came to a San Diego Tech Hub meeting. And that was just such a blessing. This meeting this evening, you did not have to pay money to come here. It was open to the community. And this is the power of what it means to work together as a community and collaborate. Imagine if we could do this every single day, the impact that we could make. We had speakers that were willing to share their knowledge. These are all individuals over the course of the year that were giving back, that had presented, that shared their stories about the impact, the things that were going on. People were just giving back. We had programs that we had created. Whether it was networking, Tech Talk series, Be the Boss program. We had all these programs that conduits, individuals in this room had actually started and created that were making an impact and creating opportunities for others, here. And we're looking to have this continue to grow. And so with the belief, with the consistency, with the support system, we went from an organization of 30 people. This is from the first San Diego Tech Hub meeting. And just 3 months later, it grew. So now we have over 2,000 people, at least on LinkedIn, and 1,500 active members of San Diego community making an impact across our region. That is what San Diego Tech Hub is about. And when I look at this badge, I call this the conduit badge. And the conduit, that's what we call our members here. And this has some very important significance. And connect, inform, and empower are very important. When you look at this logo, it's a circle. You think about that circle connecting each other. Different colors, different backgrounds. They bring a uniqueness into the equation. Everyone brings something special. We're all connected together. The second is information, that circle. That information flows between one another. When we have information we can share, we can help create an opportunity for someone else, let's communicate and talk. Spreading that knowledge, create an opportunity for someone else. Information, the sharing of information is so important. Now, if we're connecting with one another, and we're sharing information with one another, how can we empower people to pay it forward? Imagine if you can take that connection, take that information, and do something about it to make an impact because it's impacted you. That's the power of San Diego Tech Hub. It's empowering individuals to make a difference in our community and do something so unique. So when I think about a tech hub, that to me is what a tech hub is about. It's about connecting, it's about informing, and it's about empowering. And nobody can take that away from San Diego. I don't care about Silicon Valley, I don't care about Seattle, and I don't care about Dallas. I care about the cities, but I'm just saying, I don't care about them in the context of San Diego and what we're trying to do here to transform and make a difference. You guys with me? All right. Now, here's the kicker. For all the naysayers that said, you know what, you're not going to be around. Because of everything that I just said, we won an award. We won this award. That is the end. And there it is. This award is what we won. In fact, that is made here in North County. We put North County on the map in a year's time period. A year! Yep. Imagine what we could do going into 2020. Imagine what could happen in 2021. Imagine what could happen in the future. And that's what I'm saying. This was an idea. It was an idea, and imagine that idea turning into something to where this is the proof that we're making an impact. That's the power of community. You guys with me? Yeah. All right. So, that's my story of how San Diego Tech Hub came to be and sort of what we're doing. Now, there's a significance here going into 2020. And when we think about 2020, the thing that came to mind was 2020 vision. Seeing the future. Where are we going? Providing clarity. I've learned so much over this last year. There's still a lot that I need to learn. But I've learned so much. And what I want to share with you today is some of the things that we've been working on to help set the foundation for the future. And I'm really excited to share this with you. The first is we are partnering with Mission Edge. Mission Edge is a nonprofit organization, and we are working to get fiscal sponsorship. What fiscal sponsorship means is this gives us the ability to claim a nonprofit status. It makes us eligible for grants. And also, the businesses that had donated money this year, they weren't really getting a tax write-off for the things that they're doing. They were doing this out of the kindness of their own hearts. Now, if we get donations, it's something that's tax deductible. And so it just flows and it works. And not only are we looking at this, but a lot of the programs that we're trying to start, imagine if we're doing programs for to help with a certain demographic, or a person that's trying to start a business and we're getting grants and funding to help support those things. Couldn't do that before. This partnership allows us to unlock the ability to really start making an impact within the community. So that's the first thing that we're doing. We're hoping to close out this early Q1. The second, and this is some of the feedback that I received, is, Claude, we don't know what to do or where to go with San Diego Tech Hub. It just seems like a big mess. And I was like, what do you mean? We got a website. And I'm like, well, go to your website. We don't have any clue what's going on.
And so a lot of the feedback that I was getting is you need to structure yourself. And so we came up with departments. We have people running operations, design, technology, programs and events. A lot of this I was sort of doing some on my own, and as the organization's growing, it just felt right to make sure that we have the right department leads in place to help move the organization forward. There's other positions that we have open, and I'll share those toward the end. A network of volunteers, again, starting to hone in on the types of volunteer opportunities. We have a lot of volunteers that are contributing, but these are some of the core roles that we have. So between PR communications, the community, we have Martin running the podcast, a lot of things, copywriters, you all can read here, but we have a lot of volunteers that are actually contributing their time to help ensure that the organization is scaling that we need it to do. Strategic partnerships that we have going on. So the people that we're working with, again, to create opportunity, to figure out how we can leverage their resources together to kind of unlock things for the community that we have at large. So we're going to be working with these individuals to figure out how are we creating more programs, other types of events, job opportunities. I mean, it's endless on what we have the ability to do if we can put our minds together and see how we can benefit our region. These are just a portion of the programs that we have, and they're already making an impact. What I'm looking for is there are other ideas out there, and if you're passionate about wanting to give back, you want to create a program that is doing something, we'll have a way for you to sort of funnel that in. And that's what Steve on the program and events team is responsible for. And so, we want more programs that will benefit our community, and hopefully getting access to grants and business partnerships will allow that to thrive. Right? The idea that we can be self-sustaining and create our own opportunities for our community. Speakers have the opportunity to speak. We already have a list of speakers that have already signed up or excited to speak going into next year. And so if you're passionate about telling your story, wanting to give back, share a bit of knowledge, whether you're trying to connect, get a workshop, anything you want to speak, you have a way of signing up and being able to do that as well. So we want to make sure that we're providing content that is helping to connect, inform, and empower our conduit members. There's other help that we need. You guys can read through that. But, we're all looking for people to sort of join the teams and volunteers. And there'll be a way, we'll go through the website in a way that you can actually, submit for this. But, we always need help. I mean, there's a lot of big things sort of coming up. And so if you feel like there's something that's interested to you and the things that I've talked about, we can always use, help to continue to grow. We are a volunteer organization. And you can already see the impact that we made in 1 year. Imagine what we can do if we had more numbers. So with that, I want to sort of transition to something that I think is very special, which is our website. And we've gone through an evolution. And we've had a talented group of individuals that helped jumpstart our website at the beginning, because we didn't have anything. And these individuals spent on weekends, I think for more of the weekends, coming together as a community to go through several iterations of our site. And then we've taken that site as a foundation, and we've been working with Lee Brett, who's going to come up from Tall Concepts, and he's taken the foundation that the team of developers have worked on, and we've taken the feedback from the community, what's going on. We want to sort of showcase the new design this evening with you. So Lee, would you mind coming up?